One gotta go. Us, sneakers, or Jacks.
Well, I'm sorry, buddy.
And we back. One gotta go is the game for today. The way this works, I went onto Twitter and said, give me 3 NBA players, and I gotta decide out of the 3 which one gotta go.
Is this how you get your sick kicks?
What? It's just an ordinary crabby.
Oh my goodness!
And it gets a bit controversial because it's not like they giving me 1 bench warmer, 1 starter, and then 1 superstar. Nah, they always give you 3 players that are very similar in play. So I gotta say, do not get offended if I say your favorite player gotta go. It's just all my opinion. Keep that in mind. Let's get into it. Loki says, DeMarcus, Embiid, Anthony Davis. These are 3 of the best big men in the league. But honestly, the guy that's gotta go is DeMarcus Cousins. Honestly, I feel like Joel Embiid has already taken the status of #1 center in the league. And I know it's quick to say that, but I honestly believe so because he's just extremely dominant on both sides of the floor. DeMarcus Cousins has always been a very, very dominant offensive player, but never got it together on the defensive side of the ball. Not saying he's the worst in the league, but he definitely, if you're ranking centers as far as defense goes, he's probably not top 10. And Anthony Davis, I firmly believe that he's a top 5 player in his league, so of course he don't gotta go. DeMarcus is the guy that has to go. JD says CJ, Bradley Beal, or Devin Booker. Another very good one. The one that's got to go is CJ. I think about it this way. Devin Booker, I believe he's going to be a premier scorer in this league. Bradley Beal has been an all-star multiple times, and even though he has been second option behind John Wall missed half the season, and he kept his team afloat. No, they weren't super successful because they ended up being the #8 seed, but he had his moments and he led that team to stay in playoff contention even with their best player being out. And at CJ, you can have the same kind of argument as him always being a #2 option, but the thing is that Damian Lillard has kind of been like this Iron Man, and he hasn't spent much time on the injury reserve list, so we haven't really seen CJ as that #1 option. Could he be someday? I'm not too sure, so that's why we cutting him over the other 2 guys. Ethan says, LeBron, MJ, and Kobe, good luck. Listen, I've never been shy to give my opinions, and the one that's got to go is Kobe. I know Kobe stands, you're probably mad at me right now, but here's my reasoning. I think that MJ is the greatest basketball player of all time. I think that LeBron is the 2nd greatest basketball player of all time, which means that if one got to go, I'm not going to cut the one I think is the best, and I'm not going to cut the one I think is the 2nd best. So Kobe has gotta go. It's just how it works. Of course, Kobe was an amazing NBA player, one of the greatest to ever play, one of the best scorers we've ever seen in this league. But I don't think he's #1, and I don't think he's #2, so he's gotta go right now. Trey says Brandon Roy, Derrick Rose, and Gilbert Arenas. Honestly, I gotta say Brandon Roy has to go. Yeah, we've only had 2 years of Brandon Roy in his prime. And obviously the theme here for Trey is just players that prime are pretty sure whether due to injury or anything like that. Derrick Rose was the MVP of this league. And the Gilbert Arenas, he had like 5 or 6, I would say, pretty solid years before things start going downhill. But with Brandon Roy, we only got 2. Peak Brandon Roy was a stud and super fun to watch. But if I had to pick between the 3, he's gotta go. Asta says Nikola Vucevic, Jusuf Nurkic, and Nikola Mirotic. Is it weird for me to say Nick Vucevic just because I haven't really watched him play over the past couple years? It's really just been because his team hasn't really been successful, and we take a look at Orlando's roster over the past couple years, it's really no reason to watch them unless you're an Orlando Magic fan, you feel me? It's not like they have some really dope up-and-coming players that you want to watch out for. They just kind of been a very mediocre team, but not really being great when it comes to their prospect pickings. So honestly, I'm avoid this one just because Nikola Vucevic is not a player I watched. I would probably say I probably watched 3 or 4. Actually, at least 4 because the Bulls and all. Orlando Magic games. Space Canada says Lou Will, Jamal Crawford, and Isaiah Thomas, but we only talking about defense here. We got to cut Isaiah Thomas. He was literally the worst defending point guard in the league. I'm just going to leave it at that. The guy's my height. He can't guard NBA players. I'm sorry. Cut him. David says Danny Ainge, Bob Myers, or Sean Marks. This guy knows me way too well. If y'all don't know, these are front office people. Danny Ainge is for the Boston Celtics. Bob Myers is for the Golden State Warriors. And Sean Marks is for the Brooklyn Nets. I could spend an entire video talking about front office people, but I don't think it'd be super interesting, so I won't. I think the one that's got to go is Sean Marks. And I love everything that Sean Marks has done for the Brooklyn Nets over the past couple years. He's turned nothing into a little bit of something. They got a nice little young core right now. So I love what he's done. But what Danny Ainge has done for the Boston Celtics and what Bob Myers has done for the Golden State Warriors is they're God tier. They're literally God tier, you know? Sean Marks is going to continue to grow as his team gets better, but you got to think about it. Danny Ainge turned that Celtics team back into a contender, and then Bob Myers turned the Golden State Warriors back into a contender by drafting well, making the right signings here and there. So I'm gonna keep those two. The one I got to go with Sean Marks, but if you're watching this video, Sean, you know I still 100% love you. Send me tickets to watch your Brooklyn Nets play courtside if you can. I'd be appreciative. Jackson Lane says, Joakim Noah, Amari Stoudemire, or Dwight Howard all in their prime. As much as this hurts me to say, I think the one that's got to go is Joakim Noah. Before I say anything more, let me just remind y'all that Joakim Noah was an MVP candidate once upon a time. The guy was an incredible NBA player. If you look at his numbers, you may not see that, but you have to watch the games to know that this Defensive Player of the Year guy was incredible. One of the best playmakers of that season and everything. But he's got to go because Amari Stoudemire had years upon years of being great when he's alongside Steve Nash and all. And then Dwight Howard is one of the best big men of all time, one of the most underappreciated big men of all time, especially if we're talking about in their prime. Dwight Howard was one of the most unstoppable players in the league. Sorry, Joakim, you know you're one of my guys, but you gotta go. Chill as an MF says, P with a plug, Mike been here, and Hoop for Life Mills.
So I was filming a video named One Gotta Go.
Facts.
And Chill,
they said us.
Chill as an MF said, D Mills, Pierre, Mike. Who gotta go between y'all three?
I can speak for the fans.
What the fans thinking?
The YouTube people gonna say me. What? I think motherfuckers say.
I like that hint.
Appreciate it. I seen motherfuckers say they need to fire Pierre. Yeah, another dude comment like, dude, I agree, but his tennis cousin.
Who gotta go, Derek?
No bullshit. Nobody.
Who gotta go?
Me.
You know you can quit, right?
Hey, real shit. Right now, Jax needs to go. Jax is tripping.
Come here, Jax. Sit.
Adrian says Jimmy Butler, Victor Oladipo, and Klay Thompson. I think the one that's got to go is Victor Oladipo. You know, it's only been 1 year of him being a star in this league, but Klay Thompson and Jimmy Butler have been doing this for years upon years. I honestly believe that if Klay Thompson was on the team where he was the number one option, the dude would average like 25 points per game. And I think his playmaking is a bit underrated because he's playing with Stephen Curry, he's playing with Draymond Green and Kevin Durant, all, you know, pretty solid playmakers. So yeah, the one that's got to go is Victor Oladipo, but give us some time, maybe that'll change. But just that 1 year, I need to see more. Luis says Kevin Love, Blake Griffin, and Jabari Parker. Though we love Jabari Parker around here, I try to be as unbiased as possible in these videos. I think, yeah, I just cut Joakim Noah. You know, that's as unbiased as it get. Jabari Parker got to be the one to go. Blake Griffin and Kevin Love are both all-star quality players. I know Blake Griffin didn't make it last year, but we can agree that he has the potential to it. He has been in the past. Kevin Love is. So we're going to cut the guy that's not as good as the other two. You know, it's kind of the theme of the video. So the last one, I don't really have an answer for. I'm gonna leave it open to the public. So y'all let me know in the comment section below what you think. It comes from the Jesus Shuttleworth, who says all decade duos: Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, MJ and Hakeem, Kobe and LeBron. Which one has to go? And I think that is incredible to think about. I've been sitting here for a couple minutes trying to figure out which one I would have to let go, and it's impossible for me personally to decide who. I know the one that is safe is MJ and Hakeem, because MJ is the greatest player of all time, and in my opinion, Hakeem is the greatest center of all time. So those two are safe. But is it Magic and Bird or Kobe and LeBron that's gotta go? Y'all let me know in the comment section below. And we're gonna end the video off here. Thank y'all so much for watching. If you got to this point, be sure to leave it a like, because you're at the end, which means that you had to enjoy something about it. I would hope. You know, see y'all tomorrow. Thank y'all so much. Peace.
Come here. You know, I'll never let you go, right?